Hey Tech fam, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And on today's video guys, I'm going to tell you some reasons on why you should watch this video before you upgrade or pre-order to the Galaxy S25 Ultra, because I'm going to tell you guys, this year for Samsung has felt very underwhelming for me. There's nothing that sticks out to me you should upgrade, and I'm going to explain in this video. So without further ado guys, make sure you guys subscribe, click the bell, and let's get started. Alright guys, the first reason on why you should hold on before you go pre-order the S26 Ultra, or especially the series, is because, well, for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, there is no more Bluetooth S Pen, and you're probably saying, what do I mean by that? The Galaxy S24, the 23, and the 22 all had a stylus like this, but I don't know if you guys could see because of the light, but right over here, that's the pen button. And the pen button used to do is, if you want to go take a photo or something, you could just tap the pen button and then it'll take a photo for you. I think if you long hold it, it'll take a video, or it'll do a rolling capture. But you can't do remote shutter with the S Pen. You can't do your air gestures with the S Pen. I wasn't surprised they didn't bring it back. It would have been nice if they brought it back. But yeah, it's one of the reasons why I have written down on my phone that if you do plan on buying the Galaxy S26 Ultra, you should definitely hold off. Like again, if you have the S25 Ultra and you get the 26, you're not really missing out much. If you get 24 Ultra, you're basically telling Samsung, I'm fine getting rid of Bluetooth on my stylus. Don't take photos remotely with my pen, or I can't change the volume. I'm okay not able to change the volume of my stylus, I don't feel like being a wizard, but you get the point. Yeah. Part of me wanted Samsung to bring it back, but I guess for the foreseeable future, they're not going to. There was an article saying that Samsung is working on a much thinner S Pen so that they could fit more components into the S20, into whatever next Galaxy S Ultra next year or year after. But I'm disappointed. I can't say I'm disappointed. I'm just not shocked they didn't bring it back. So again, guys, if you have the S25, well, not S20, if you have the S24 Ultra, 23 or 22, you should still stick to your phone, because you have that one feature that stands out that the S26 Ultra doesn't have. And that's the ability, once again, to take photos and videos by pressing down the pen button. And if you're into gestures and stuff, you have air actions. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why you should hold off buying the S26 Ultra. So without further ado, let's get on to the second reason. Alright guys, second reason why you should possibly skip the S26 Ultra this year is because of the pre-order deals. There simply isn't any. Samsung just said, we're not doing it this year. There's no extra storage on us. They're not doing this big thing where if you pre-order, you'll get like $300 to choose from accessories. None of that. I literally took a photo after the event just to see if Samsung would throw anything else in there, and they just said, nope, we're not doing it. And I was just like, wow. Like, does Samsung know you're not going to upgrade this year? Does Samsung want people to upgrade to the phone? Like, I know there's one reason, but it seems like Samsung is just not dumbing down, but simmering down on, getting people to upgrade. Like the S26 Ultra, despite the looks, it would have been nice if Samsung would have thrown in something like, I don't know, a free charging brick because of the faster charging speeds, or we'll get to that in the next topic, but yeah, it would be just nice. Like, I was kind of hoping Samsung would do this, would throw something in, like give us a bone, but they didn't. And to be honest, I was shocked. So if you thought Samsung was going to, give you the big trade-in like, yeah, like I did the simulation, right? I used my perks at work for my job. Plus, I put in to trade in my phone. Plus, I have the $30 of reserve credit, so I just acted like I was going to get the S26 Ultra. And yeah, it's $900. That's not bad. So it's like came out to like $300. I was like, that's almost a little bit enticing, like to get something for $300. But then again, you have to buy a case for it and stuff, and I transfer my Samsung Care Plus. You guys get the point, right? I wasn't gonna tend to buy this phone at all because there was simply no extra storage on us, right? And if anything, I would probably get a terabyte because I take a lot of frozen videos. But I digress. The trade deals were simple. Trading deals were simply weren't there. There's no extra storage on us. I was just very disappointed that Samsung didn't do anything special to align the phone, other than a small $30 reserve credit, which can't even give you the charging brick, to be honest. But yeah, that's my second take. Let's get on to my third reason. Alright, my third reason is what I kind of talked about a little bit when I was talking about the trading deals, and that is just there is no magnets for wireless charging. Now, the S25 Ultra, you guys can see, doesn't have any magnets on the back either. Samsung were trying to, like Samsung, when S25 Ultra came out, they had a little bit of an idea, like, okay, we could put magnets and stuff, like, heck, this is the case I have, and that's the magnet on it. And, everyone's thinking Samsung this year was going to have magnets. There were mock-up units of having it and stuff. And everyone's like, looks like, guys, the S26 series is going to have magnets. But nope. The Ultra doesn't have the magnets. The Plus doesn't have the magnets. Not even the vanilla 26 has the magnets. I know you guys are going to say, what's the big deal having magnets on a phone, right? The biggest deal having a magnets on the phone are, it's one, you can get something like this, right? This is a MagSafe battery, right? You guys can see it has the magnet alignment, and then you have this little support magnet here. Now, if my phone had a magnet on the back, I could just I could just have it on here on the back like this, and it would stick and hold. So let's say you did buy the S26 Ultra, and it's coming sometime this week, right? And you forgot to get the charging case for it. Like, man, let me go to the store real quick, get a charging case. I don't want to have this phone naked for so long, right? The magnets would kind of stick, and you could put your wallet on there, and you can rock out. But watch. There's no magnets. S26 Ultra doesn't have it either, and Samsung had the reason for it, and that's because 98% of their customers put a case on it anyway. That's true. Again, I put a case on my phone anyway. But, I'm not going to sit here and defend Samsung for this. I'm not. Because I would totally agree if Samsung's statement was true, if Google and Apple did not buy on the train, right? The Pixel... the Pixel 10 had magnets. Pixel 9 was hinting towards it with the cases, and the Pixel 10 and Pixel Snap introduced native magnets on their phone for wireless charging. How cool was that? Minus the 10A that came out this year, but it had magnets, right? Now, to Apple's credit, they had it first, and then Google kind of just followed suit years after. But it had magnets on the back. It had magnets. They both had magnets. And it's not just for charging. You could put a wallet on the back. You could use this for like phone stands or tripods that have a little magnet on the back, or game cases. Not having magnets on the back results to people have to buy the thing anyway. So imagine you buy your $800 S26 or $1,100 S26 Plus or the $1,300 S26 Ultra, right? You have no phone trade-in, right? you're spending $30+ on Amazon. Yes, there's some Chinese cases that might be like 10, 15, $20, but if you're talking about the good case from UAG, Urban Armory Gear, Spigen, Casetify, Pelican, all those good companies, right? They're like $30+, right? You apply that, you apply taxes after you buy the S26 Ultra, right? You have spent more money on both that case and your phone. When you get the magnets on the back, the customer could be like, okay, let me go into a Best Buy. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go buy my speaking case, so I can have it with me now. I have my battery pack on my phone because my phone's about to die, and that's it. You can rock out. Now, there's some arguments saying that yes, you could just walk into the store and the store rep can give you a case and slap it on. There you go. But you're still spending money on the case. The magnets are more than just a niche feature, right? They're what I call the best accessibility feature because you can go from your old iPhone to the Galaxy if you add the magnets. But not this time. Samsung missed out for the perfect marketing PR move. They could be like, oh, your iPhone has it? So do we. We have better cameras than that iPhone. We have faster charging than that iPhone. We have a super cool privacy screen. You don't have an Apple. We have more stuff plus your MagSafe. Plus your MagSafe. Pre-order now. And then logo comes up on top. That could have been a perfect PR move right there, but Samsung missed the mark because not only 98% of the customers, according to them, put a case on the phone anyway, or also they were fearing that if they did put a little magnet, it would interfere with the S Pen and also make the phone slightly more thicker. Again, my personal preference, I prefer a thicker phone with slightly more battery life and more features than a thinner phone that sacrifices some or very little bit of features, right? If I'm spending $1,300 on the Galaxy S26 Ultra with no trade-in, I expect some change, right? Granted, there's trade-ins exist to help lower the cost, and I applaud those who trade in their phones, but just put the magnets on the back, right? Your competitors have this. Just do it. Stop being reluctant. Just do it. I know you want money, Samsung, but listen to your customers. The customers will buy your product if you listen to them, right? Listen to them. It's a two-way street. You listen to what they want, put the magnets on the back of the phone, it's a win. They'll buy your product. You could mention that plus your privacy screen, which is cool, but I digress. Alright, that's it for that. Let's get on to my second to last reason why you shouldn't buy. Alright guys, second to last reason on why you not shouldn't buy, but you should watch this video before you upgrade, is because of, it's a one-trick pony, right? And that's the privacy screen. I get it, Samsung did brighten up the cameras a little bit. It's thinner and lighter and faster charging. Well, actually, that'd be my last reason, but, yeah. It's just the one-trick pony, the privacy screen. Like, in order to make use of a very good feature, you will have to put yourself in have the phone fit in your shoe and understand how to work for you. I'm not sure if that makes sense or not. And otherwise, you should look into what the phone offers and see if it fits your needs. That's much better explanation. But when I heard about the privacy screen, I was like, okay, it sounds pretty cool. But I have nothing to hide, right? Now, there are nefarious reasons why you could use the privacy screen. I'm not going to promote those or anything. It's your imagination. The sky's the limit. But also, if you know. But anyway, the privacy screen is pretty cool, right? You could have it where an app is used, like your banking app. You could have it used, as a banking app, or your doing some PR stuff. You don't want people to see your quarterly rankings. You can have privacy screen turned on then. When I first thought of the privacy screen, I was like, how can I, if I were to potentially buy this phone, the S26 Ultra, what would the privacy screen do for me? And that is just very few, right? Very few, right? But then I looked at it, I'm like, I wouldn't really use it as much, right? So it's a waste of a feature. It's cool to show it off. I'm pretty sure you go to a Best Buy, they'll let, you could plate the units, you could go and display, turn on price display, and be like, okay, screen's off, screen's on, screen's off, screen's on. I'm pretty sure that's cool. But to me, it's just a one-trick pony because you're gonna basically you're basically gonna forget about it. It's all about it's all the hype, right? Hype climb, right? Use the screen, you show it to your friends. It's cool, and then after a certain month, it's gonna flatline, and then you're just basically gonna forget about the feature, right? It's gonna turn on, turn off. Cool, right? I know Samsung has it marketed where if you're in a crowded train and let's say you're like this to your phone, and I'm texting like my fiance on something, it's having marketed where people are like looking at it, right? It's a cool way to market something, but unless you're not that person that's looking at something very, very critical, like maybe a text message is important to you, a little bit is to me, but I guess you could, not, getting Samsung begins here. I guess they have a win in this case because if you're showing off your phone to someone, you'd be like, here, hold this phone. Or I'd be like, here, what do you see? And now I'm like, okay, do you see anything when you look at my phone? They're like, no, I can't. And it's like, is it on? It's like, it's on. It's a cool trick. But are you going to forget about it? Maybe. Again, there's use cases for this. But for me, it doesn't fit them. And I think they're just going to forget about the privacy screen as the days, the weeks, the months, and the years go on. So, yeah, privacy screen is cool, unique. Maybe Samsung will have it next year. I don't know. Maybe all the phones will have it. We'll see. But anyway, privacy screen is, to me, it's not a niche feature. It's just Samsung's going to try it, and let's see how user feedback goes with that. So, that's it for that. Let's get on to my last reason. Well, actually, my sub-reason on why you should hold off on pre-ordering the S26 Ultra. Alright guys, so this is a little bit of a sub-reason, but I'm going to say the S26 series as well. You should hold off from buying the S26 and the Plus this year. That's because they're basically the same, almost same identical hardware to last year and year before that. I'm not talking about the cameras, right? The cameras are the same. The only difference is the Plus has a larger screen and a larger battery, and that's it. It's still getting 25 watt super fast charging. The Plus is getting 45 watts, so it hasn't changed as much. But the cameras are the same. The screen was the same in the S26 Plus. Yeah, all of that, it's the same. There's still no magnets. So if you thought the S26 and the Plus were getting magnets, I'm sorry, they're not. But yeah, S26 and the Plus are basically a little bit of a 1-up and 2 steps down. But yeah, I thought to throw that in there as a sub-reason. Alright, let's get on to the final reason why you should not buy the S26 Ultra. Alright, last reason on why you should skip the S26 Ultra is that to me, with all this going on, oh yeah, let me touch up on reason 2 with the battery. We call that the final reason, and that's a charging speed. Samsung has upgraded the charging speed from 45 watts to 60 watts, and also wireless charging has been up from 15 to 25. So those are two big bonuses, right? Why am I mentioning this? That's because you need to have the 65 watt or higher charging brick either from Samsung or a company that has Samsung's specific certification. I forgot what it's called, the power delivery, the power profile, whatever it is. to get the super fast charging 3.0 speeds. And I could tell you this for reason because I have two 65-watt chargers I tried, right? I have the quad charger and I have the trio charger, right? I plugged this into my S25 Ultra. It's still saying super fast charging. Not 2.0, but it's regular super fast charging. That to me is just, I get Samsung wants you to be safe and not have anything charged to 45 watts or higher, but you need something specific. And if you don't buy that specific 60 watt super fast charger 3.0 charger that either Samsung supplies or it's certified from Samsung through other companies, you're going to still get 25 to 45 watts of super fast charging. You're not getting 60 watts. And again, same thing with a charger as well, right? If you get a lower charger, or if you have a wireless charger that doesn't have if you have a wireless charger that doesn't support 45 watt super fast charging 2.0, you're not going to get that speeds. You're going to get either 15 or 25 depending on the spec of wireless charger. So, and this has a big downside too, because you now have to, in order to get the best out of the S26 Ultra, to get this 25 Ultra, and if you skipped all the way to this point, let's say this S26 Ultra right here, right? You have to get, I'm just going to plug this in my desk real quick, make sure it doesn't fall out on me. You will have to get a wireless charger. This is just a dual wireless charger I have here that I got from a pre-order special. This right here supports fast wireless charging, right? This supports fast wireless charging. This will not super fast charge your S26 Ultra. Just to let you guys know. So you will have to spend and invest in how much charging can I supply for my phone, right? You need a super fast charge 2.0 brick. You need super fast wireless charging station, right? And you need the magnets if you want the charging. You're spending a whole lot more on your phone, and you're going to be basically looking around. So make sure you play it careful if you want to min-max your S26 Ultra, to look out for those specific things. But yeah, that's it. Let's end this off real quick because I have to hop on a call afterwards. So let's wrap up this video. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed my 5-ish reasons on why you should watch this video before you buy the S26 Ultra and the series as well. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you guys subscribe, click the bell for more videos like this. Again, if you haven't watched a previous video, I'm going to say in here too, I'm going to try to upload as much and little as I can because I want to focus on quality more than quantity. So, if you guys enjoy this video, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And if someone you know is planning to buy the S26 Ultra, share them this video and say watch this first, because this will help them with their needs. So make sure you guys do them that favor so that they don't end up in the trap and they have to spend more money than they should. So again, share this with others as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the for more words like this. Otherwise, leave a like, comment, share, and follow me on social media for on my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next video. Have a great day and stay safe. Happy March as well. This is Chris signing out. Peace.